This is my Week 1 presentation on consulting. The material that we reviewed this week provided general insight into the consulting field. I thought that Dr. Harrison's Bree's presentation provided really interesting information about the consulting process. The part that I took away from her presentation the most were the 3 primary goals for a consultant. First, she said that consulting must be a collaborative process for the consultant and the company. A company should not wait for the consultant to generate a report before becoming involved, and likewise, a consultant should not generate a review of the company without involvement from their management teams. Secondly, she said that a consultant should solve the core problems of the organization and not just the byproducts of that problem. It's a waste of everyone's time and the company's money for the consultant to come in and simply treat a condition. Instead, they should be working to solve the root or core problems in an institution. And finally, Dr. Harrison said that a consultant should focus not only on the technical aspects of the company, but the relationships as well. She said that it is easier to identify technical or tangible problems within an organization, and that it takes real tact and skill to identify personnel issues, and that often these are issues with relationships. This week, we had to watch one of the videos in the Rich Media folder. For this assignment, I chose the IBM commercial where King Arthur feels that a hex has been put on his company. In the video clip, the business executives and King Arthur's round table experience the same problem. They are not seeing the results they wanted to see. Both groups find the same solution as well. They throw money at the problem to make it go away. I think in this commercial, IBM is saying that business practices have largely remained the same since medieval times, and that now it is time for real change in consulting. And conveniently, IBM can provide that. Our textbook this week provided elementary explanations of not only consulting, but the needs of businesses that require a consultant's involvement. After the reading, however, I found that the most helpful information was the first part of the first chapter, when the author lays out the 5 basic functions of a consultant. These are planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Most of these are self-explanatory, but I will only address the final one because I disagree with the terminology. The text says that controlling used to mean budgetary control, but has now taken on a more strategic role. I read this to mean that consultants should be able to control the path of the organization by creating their strategic plan. If I'm reading this correctly, then I disagree. I feel that the consultant should provide all the nonpartisan, non-biased information as possible to the company, but that the company themselves should create their own plan for the future. They should control themselves. This is the area where I hope that this class can enlighten me. How does a consultant lead without taking the lead? What I learned the most this week that will help me in my capstone project is that collaboration is key. I think the saying that applies to our action research project is that it takes a village. Up to this point, most of our work has been in preparation for working with an organization. This semester, however, we start to work with them, and I have to remind myself that I'm not creating this project in a vacuum. I must work with my organization so that the end product is something that is tailored specifically to their needs.